Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you've been watching me for a little while, you kind of know about the content that I make, but I did recently open it up to subscribers to give me recommendations of what they wanted to see. One of my most recent videos is actually one of those with a short film that I just recently watched. But I did get another recommendation that I wanted to follow through on, which is Lana Del Rey's new song called American Horror. I'm almost confident that I've actually never heard a Lana Del Rey song before. I definitely know the name, but I've not heard any music by her that I can name. I feel like that's also kind of a weird thing to say because I know she's pretty mainstream popular, but for some reason, I guess she's gone under my radar. So I'm going into this song also very completely blind. But let's just get started.
I haven't done a cartwheel since I was 9. I haven't seen my mother in a long, long time. I mean, look at the length of my hair, my face, the shape of my body. Do you really think I give a damn what I do after years of just hearing them talking? I say I live in Rosemead, really I'm at the Ramada. It doesn't really matter, doesn't really matter.
Okay, let me pull up the lyrics because it sounds very haunting and almost eerie in a way, in a good way. But maybe I'm just not in the mindset of like listening to this type of music, so I do find it a little hard to understand what she's saying. So that's why I kind of want to read the lyrics as well. The first part that we did here was, I haven't done a cartwheel since I was 9. I haven't seen my mother in a long, long time. I mean, look at me. Look at the length of my hair and my face and the shape of my body. Do you really think I give a damn what I do with chance of hearing them talking? So these lyrics kind of make me think that she's reminiscing on a not so great childhood, especially about the part that she says that she hasn't seen her mother in a long, long time. Maybe they had a falling out in their relationship. I really don't have any context to kind of build upon that. But let's just keep listening.
Welcome into my bedroom, ended up with fuck on the hotel floor. It's not about having someone to love me anymore. This is the experience of being an American whore.
So to continue off of that first verse, the pre-chorus and the chorus said, I say I live in Rosemead, really I live at the Ramada. It doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter. Go and walk into my bedroom, then we fuck on the hotel floor. It's not about someone to love me anymore. This is the experience of American whore. With that first line about Rosemead, I'm not really sure the location, but saying I'm at the Ramada makes me think that she is, having hookups or something along those lines. And then with the rest of the lyrics that I just read, it kind of makes me think that someone at a young age instilled these archaic type of values into her, and that's what she kind of views her self-worth as. Maybe it's kind of a reach, but when she's talking about her childhood and then how she's calling herself an American whore, and I know the word whore gets thrown around a lot, which is unfair because a person's body count or whatever they choose to do with their life shouldn't define them as a person, but it seems like someone told her that because for someone to call themselves that and mean it in the context that I think she's saying, I don't think you just come up with that because you think that about yourself. Someone has given you that thought process, which is really unfair. But let's keep listening.
Called up one from called up another. Forensic files wasn't on. Watching Teenage Diary of a Girl, wondering what went wrong. I'm a princess, I'm divisive. Ask me why I'm like this. Maybe I'm just kinda like this. I don't know, maybe I'm just like this. I say I live in Rosemead, really I'm at the Ramada. It doesn't really matter, doesn't really matter. Call him up, he comes over again. Yeah, I know I'm over my head, but it's not about having someone to love me anymore. Now this is the experience of being an American whore.
Okay, so I will admit that I think it was just me at the beginning not being able to understand it because I feel like I've already progressed to the song and I'm understanding it more in my head. But that second verse did say, called up one drunk, called up another. Forensic Files wasn't on. Watching teenage girl of a diary, wondering what went wrong. I'm a princess. I'm divisive. Ask me why am I like this. Amy Huntress kind of like this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like this. And then back into the part where I don't have someone to love anymore. I'm an American whore. Um, this kind of makes me think that she, as a teenager, was doing things that a typical teenager wasn't doing. Like she was saying, Forensic Files wasn't on, or a certain show, like things that maybe an average teenager was doing, and rather she was having her hookups or whatever she was choosing to do at that age. She's like questioning why did she become that person when she's a princess, she's divisive, like she maybe she knows maybe she knows better or something like that and just feels like she's doing something wrong and has that kind of guilt associated with it. I'm still kind of following the line of a bad childhood that kind of led her into certain behaviors. And I don't mean that to sound like she should feel guilty for the behaviors that she chose. I'm just kind of trying to say that I think people do certain things like that when they have to find love in different avenues. Sometimes when people don't get love that they deserve in home or in a traditional way, they will seek that out in the worst possible ways. And that's not the person's fault. That's just, a product of wanting to be important in someone's life or to feel love. And I think that's what she's trying to say. But I do also want to say that even if everything I'm saying is wrong and maybe she just wanted to do those things, that's also okay. Because I don't want this to come off that the only way this is acceptable is if she had a bad upbringing or trauma, because that's not the case. If she wants to do that as a person, that should also not be an issue at all, and it's not. But I do think it's connected more to something deeper than just wanting to have hookups. But let's keep listening.
Look at my hair, look at the length of it and the shape of my body. If I told you that I was me, do you really think that anybody would think I didn't ask for it? I didn't ask for it. Won't testify, I already fucked up my story. On top of this, so many other things you can't believe. Did you know a singer can still be looking like a side piece at 33? Gosh, I turned on the backbeat, puts the shower on while he calls me, sleeps out the back door to talk to me. I'm invisible, look how you hold me. I'm invisible, I'm invisible. I'm a ghost now, look how they hold me. It's not about having someone to love me anymore.
I'm kind of speechless by that verse. Let me go back and read that. Look at my hair, look at the length of it and the shape of my body. I honestly don't really know what to interpret there. I don't know if she's trying to say that maybe the average whore looks like her, but I don't know if that's like a fair comparison. I'm not really sure. But then the next part really goes into it, and it says, if I told you that I was raped, do you really think that anyone would think I didn't ask for it? I won't testify. I already fucked up. I'm sorry. Things about this, so many things you can't believe. Do you know I sing? I can still breathe. Looking like a side piece at 33. God's charlatan, don't look back, babe. Puts the shower on, he calls me, sneaks out the back to talk to me. I'm invisible, look how you hold me. I really don't like making assumptions about topics like this, especially the ones that are this deep, but I really think it goes back to someone instilling some sort of guilt in her life. Maybe it wasn't even at a young age, but just thinking that you've given yourself a persona of a whore that now you think of yourself as worthless in a way. At this point, of course, so that's really just fucked up, honestly. I think that's awful that she has to have that internal thoughts, thinking that no one would believe her just based on the choices that she's made or the way that she looks. And I know that probably happens a lot of the times, so it's really awful just to think about that and how big of a reality it really is. And then with the next part, she's saying that I think these feelings still follow her because she's saying even at 33, she's still acting in the same way or having the same behaviors where she's not having real relationships, she's still someone's side piece and she's finding love in the non-traditional avenues, which again is her choices, but she's still looking at that like she doesn't want it. And then she kind of looks at that with a negative connotation still, I think. And how she feels invisible to those people, where maybe people still aren't seeing her for exactly who she is, and she can't even see that in herself sometimes. But man, this track is very haunting and very important, honestly. Okay, I have no idea what's going on.
Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa, Jimmy, Jimmy, ride. Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa, Jimmy, get me high. Love me if you live in love, you can be my light. Jimmy only love me when you wanna get high. Jimmy only love me when you wanna get.
Does anyone know that song like Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Puff, pass it to me now, light it up? And that sounds exactly like this, or maybe I'm crazy.
Get high. Jimmy only love me when you wanna get high. Jimmy only love me when you wanna get high. You're my call, I told her you're fucking up big time.
Okay, I have no idea what's going on, like I just said. This was like Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Pop, Jimmy Jimmy Ride. Love me if you leave me alone, you can be my light. Jimmy only love me when he wanna get high. Sounds like this person is only talking to her when it's convenient. Maybe this is the person that she's being a side piece to. Jimmy, either that or Jimmy's a pimp. I don't know. I don't want to make that assumption either, but that's the only two thoughts I have about that.
Your mom called, I told her you're fucking up big time. Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa, Jimmy, Jimmy, ride. Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa, Jimmy, get me high. Love me if you live in love, you can be my light. Jimmy only love me when you wanna get high. Jimmy only love me when you wanna get high. Jimmy only love me when you wanna get high. Jimmy only love me when you wanna get high. Your mom called, I told her you're fucking up big time. Jimmy, you should switch it up, maybe light it up. Jimmy, if you leave the house, find me in the club. Like Jimmy, if you.
Okay, yeah, I am trying to figure out what the context of this would be, but I really just have genuinely no idea. I did see a TikTok once, now that I'm just like fully in the Swiftie universe, where they said that Taylor Swift writes amazing songs, but then she just throws in like an unhinged lyric just to kind of throw off the balance of an entire song. And I feel like this is hers. Like the other part of the song had such a deep meaning, and maybe this does too, and I'm not going to pretend just because I don't know it doesn't mean it's not deep, but I don't know how this really relates.
Jimmy, if you switch it up, you should light it up. Jimmy, if you leave the house, find me in the club. Your mom called, I told her you're fucking on a big time, but I don't care, baby. I already lost my mind. Jimmy, Jimmy, ride. Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa, Jimmy, get me high. Baby, if you love me, love, you can be my light. Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high.
Alright, so that was the end of American Horror by Lana Del Rey. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I've never heard a song by her, so this was kind of an interesting introduction to her music. It seems like a very deep and raw emotional song to her, and I really like it when artists are able to do that. I think that's the biggest point of music and art, is to share experiences and hopefully someone can relate to them in a way. In regards to the second half, I really don't know, but I did overall enjoy it. I think it's a very important topic that needs to be addressed, and how people define people based on knowing very little information and how that should change. I mentioned earlier in the video, your actions in this aspect should not define you as a person, and if anyone is defining you based on those characteristics, then they are not a good person in your life, and I truly believe that. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you for the person that put this in the Google form. I hope you enjoyed it. It's all anonymous, so I have no idea actually who told me to listen to this. So if you are watching, again, I don't know who you are, but thank you so much. And as always, you can find that Google form in the description. If you want to recommend something else to me, I'd love to see, and I'll make it for you. So thanks again for watching.